Hey guys, I have a cool little design for you today. Now this was requested by Phenomen a couple months back, and here I am uploading it now. So what this does is it just drops everything by one, makes it all seamless on the bottom, and this was meant to be used with transparent blocks. Otherwise, if you have a solid block, you could just have a sticky piston right below it, and it wouldn't make much sense to have something this complicated. So yeah, you could have glass here or iron bars like what I'm having right now. You could use this to hide, well not hide, but like prevent access to a multitude of things like a furnace or a chest or something. That'll be cool. But its original intent though was to make a hidden fireplace. This is just one part of a hidden fireplace staircase entrance mechanism sort of thing, which was Fenno's original idea. But yeah, after we made this, neither one of us was unlazy enough to actually finish it through. So yeah, what you have here is a lever powered safety hazard now. Yeah, there we go. Now if you caught a glimpse at this earlier, this is a button powered one. Does the same thing as the one over there. It just drops everything by one block and then makes it all nice and seamless again. But compared to the lever one, I like the lever one a lot more, just because if you see here, this is actually just one unit on the side, and then I have another unit connected to it on this side. But if you take a look at this, it's not easily possible to just flip-flop it and then have a mirror image and make it work. It's possible to actually use the same input and have it be the same size as the lever one, but the unit on this side will be off time and slower and stuff, and it's just yuck. So if you want to use two units, use the lever one. Otherwise, button one should be perfectly fine for your needs. So yeah, I'll be back with the tutorial in a sec. Alright guys, so to start things off, I already have my glass and my quartz placed like that, and now imagine this was flush with the floor, so this is when it's in its retracted position. So to start things off, let's just have our piston layout. So sticky piston, oh whoops, like that, and then come out 2 blocks and have another sticky piston there. Then on that block have a torch, then have a repeater and a dust, and then you'll be good. So that's your input right there. Now to connect it to the other unit, if you're going to have 2 units, just mirror what I'm going to be building on this side. Just mirror that perfectly onto that side, and you don't have to make any modifications whatsoever. The dust will connect and it'll work perfectly fine, which is really nice. So over here on this side, you're going to want to invert that like that, then have a dropper there, hopper there, and I think it's about time that there's a hopper dropper monostable on my channel. It's been like 3 weeks without one, which is just way too long. Anyways, dropper, have an item in that. Now over here I'm going to need to grab myself a furnace, and then the furnace is just like that over there with another item in it, and make sure that comparator is on subtract mode. That's very important. Then have a torch there, dust, and then another piece of dust, and then a repeater on 2 ticks of delay, and then 1 more dust on top of the furnace. And to finish everything off, all you need to do is come back to this side, get your output from that torch underneath there, and have that go into a repeater on 2 ticks of delay. So we're actually done with this creation right now. That's how simple it is. So what's happening first is when it's in its retracted position like that, it very simply just pushes everything up like that. But when it turns off, what happens first is hopper dropper monostable will activate. It'll turn this comparator off, because right now it's on by default because of that item. And then what that'll allow to happen, it'll retract that piston, so this block gets out of the way. Here, let me just... So that's on, and then when it retracts, as you see there, it just pulled the block out of the way. Then because the block is there, this torch actually activates both pistons. It grabs the stained glass from up there, it pulls it back down to there, and then this torch over there just gives the bottom piston an extra 2 ticks of delay so it can retract the top piston. And then finally, this dust over here goes into this repeater, and that just updates again. I can't speak today. That just updates this piston again. There we go. So let me turn that off so you can see. As you see there, it doesn't. This piston over there doesn't actually retract that down at all. But because the extending stuff was happening while this got repowered, we need to update this so it'll spit the block back out over there. So that's what this just does, like I just said. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the lever one for you. Now I'm just gonna go straight into the button one right now. Alright, so the button piston layout is exactly the same as the lever one. So have your stuff like that. Once again, this is in retracted mode. And then torch like that. And then I'm actually going to need to grab myself a dropper, get rid of that lever, grab a button. Now going into that top piston, you're going to want to have a comparator. Then this is simply a T flip-flop, and let me have an item in there by default. Have a button on that top one, and then we'll fix that double piston extender later. So I'll have a comparator there, and that just goes into dust, block, torch, and then a repeater there, and that just emulates what we have going here with the comparator on subtract mode. So it's pretty much the exact same circuit after the T flip-flop, of course. So after that, you're going to want to have a torch there going into a repeater on 4 ticks of delay. That just goes into a torch coming out of this block, and then repeater onto there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You're going to need to reset the circuit, of course. So reset that, and grab that and place it there. And then you should be good. That's extending. Once again, hold on, let me just get my floor here. So extending once again, and then retracting like that. The logic is exactly the same. Once again, that repeater is emulating the comparator over there. This repeater over here is just updating the piston, just like this dust over there. And then yeah, this circuit over here with the double extender is exactly the same. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I'm uploading this before my Twitch stream, don't forget to check out that thing happening at 12 aka noon today. If this is after that, you could still watch the broadcast if you're interested in that sort of thing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.